Sound check, sound check. Thanks everyone for tuning in here for Park High graduation. We'll have the ceremony getting started in about a half hour and a couple of fun things to do before we begin at 1:40. So make sure you're tuned in. Looks like we have a couple of people watching right now. But we've got a nice day out here at Park High School in McLeod Field. Hope you enjoy the ceremony today. All right, folks watching from home, welcome to Park High School here at McLeod Field for the class of 2020 graduation. We'll have the ceremony getting underway in about 20 minutes, but before we do, we have some special things we like to do at graduation that are going to be a little different this year, being that we're outside. And so what I want to do is let you know about our retirees wrapping up their careers teaching and now retiring. So first I want to bring up Jamie Isley, and we were able to record Mr. Isley as a little message that he has for everyone. Just bear with me as it might take me a moment here to pull it up on the screen.
Well, hello there, graduating class of Park High from 2020. Mr. Isley here. Say, I'm out here at the woodlot with here at Park High. I thought it was maybe a little more appropriate setting, and I convinced Mr. Lendy to come out here and do this here. I want to take just a moment to thank Mr. Lendy for videoing things not only for staff but students, and helping all of us to better communicate during these last few months. So thank you. Most of you, especially if you've had me in class, know that I'm an individual that when I get the opportunity to be on the bully pulpit, I usually take advantage of it, and I find this to be one of those opportunities. So bear with me. Here we go. Okay. One of the most favorite things that I like to do personally is to grow things. I like to grow plants, animals, yeast for beer, those kinds of things. And this time of year, growing plants is obviously something we do a lot. It gives me the opportunity to put my hands in the dirt, massage the roots of plants, and marvel at the wonders that nature provides for us, and learn from all of the lessons that nature offers us. It gives us the opportunity to listen and experience what's really important in life. So I thought I'd convey some of the simple lessons we can learn from growing just a simple plant, for instance, in this case, a tomato plant. And I'm using the tomato plant because right now I have a bunch of tomato plants at varying growth stages, and it helps to kind of send the message. Okay, so first of all, I want you to recognize, as I'm sure most of you know, one of the most popular ways for plants to grow or propagate is from a simple seed. I have a simple tomato seed here in my hand. It's very small. Okay. One of the things I want to talk about, and the seed offers lots of lessons for us, and it's a wondrous thing. It is something that we could spend hours trying to figure out the evolution of the seed. In fact, which came first, the fruit or the seed? And the development of that seed is things we've been studying for a long, long time, and probably really still haven't figured it out. Okay. One of the things about seeds that I'd like to talk about is when a plant starts from a seed, it doesn't have the choice of whether it's going to be a big plant, a small plant, whether it's going to bear yellow fruit or big red fruit, purple fruit. Okay. It doesn't have the choice of its identity as far as where it comes from. It comes to us from some higher being with those characteristics. And so with that said, I just want to make sure that one of the lessons is that no judgment ever should be placed on something or someone because of their color, creed, and these kinds of things. Okay. But Mr. Baus, for instance, could tell you that there are many types of flowering dahlias. Okay, we love them all, and such we should with all things that we get from nature. Okay, nature at its best comes from a symbiotic relationship of all these things together, whatever their color, species, size, shape, okay? And it works well, and we need to remember that the world, the earth, is a symbiotic relationship of all things, and we need to be grateful for that and be accepting of all things. And that being said, the breakdown of nature occurs when something or someone thinks that they are better or more important than everything else. This, in the end, leads to destruction of something within the system, allowing inequities to occur, and when inequities occur, then we have a breakdown, and we have unhappy people, unhappy animals, unhappy plants. Okay? Do not try and control nature. Try and be a part of it. Try and be accepting of all things and a part of all things. Lastly, this little seed is so full of potential, okay? But that potential then becomes dependent upon many things that the earth provides, okay? First of all, it needs a great source of energy. Some of that just naturally occurs from the sun. And aren't we so lucky to have the sun that provides us with all of that energy? Be grateful for that. But also, though, some of that energy needs to come from other means: food, nutrients, minerals, all of which the earth provides. But the young plants oftentimes need help obtaining those things, much like you did. So, another thing we need for the seed to be successful and reach its potential is a place for it to spread its roots, okay? And for a plant, that might be a container of soil or some other medium. But for humans, it's a good, loving home and community and relatives and friends. These are the things that instill goodness within us and help us to grow and prosper and be successful. For a seed to grow well and have the potential, it needs a good abundance of clean air, clean water, and just a clean environment. Please, please don't take that environment for granted. It's so valuable to us, and we can't lose focus on the importance of all of that. Okay? A plant and a seed needs a loving and nurturing hand. Someone to make sure that it receives the essential necessities, okay? Especially for when we are young. And so in that growth, it takes a lot. It takes a village. It takes our families, our communities, our schools, our teachers, our coaches. They all play a very important part of this for us as humans, just like I played an important part in caring for these plants, and so will others as they do that, okay? On this note, I want to just mention quickly that I've been with the Livingston education system for 30 years. And in that time, I can truly say that we have a great village. We have just a bunch of very fine people that have been worked hard to care for the youth of our community. And you're very fortunate for that. So let's just take a look a little bit at the plant and the stages it goes through. I have here just a young plant. You might look at this plant. This is a little tomato plant. It's a Sasha's, by the way. It's going to have a pink fruit. But this young plant here might be what we would see as we enter grade school, okay? We're small and spindly, but we demonstrate the desire to grow and spread their roots. However, it still needs a caring hand, a loving hand, okay? It still needs to be fed. It still needs to be guided through life to be successful, okay? We contain the environment that we grow to keep our plants and then our families and our loved ones protected from the many forces of the universe, okay? Then we start to grow into bigger plants. Okay, we might look at these as, you know, entering the middle school. And at this point, look at these plants. One is a broad-leaf variety, another is a variegated leaf variety. Each is going to bring a great amount of fruit, okay, and grow into a beautiful thing. By the way, I want you to note with my little plant here, there's a little weed in there. Is that weed bad? Is that something I should worry about? No, because it's going to symbiotically possibly live with that plant. And we want to make sure that we understand the importance of that, okay? Then we have this plant. This might be representative of a student as he enters the high school, okay? By the way, the bigger the plant gets, the bigger the environment we give it. But it's still a controlled environment, okay? We're still providing guidance, we're providing food, we're providing a home and shelter, okay? So that it can grow and prosper, and so on and so forth, okay? Here you are now. You're ready to bust out of this pot, okay? You're starting to flower. You're starting to expand your roots. You're starting to expand your leaves, okay? And this is then the stage where you now, as you bust out of this pot, have to start making some decisions for yourself, okay? Life is now much more up to you. A few things, a few words of advice. Don't let yourself be overexposed. Don't get too much sun. Don't have too much outside energy impact who you are individually. But also, don't let yourself be shaded out. You need the sun, you need the food, you want to grow, and that growth then is very important not only for yourself, but for the symbiotic relationship that we hope you'll contribute to on the earth. Look out for yourself so that you personally can be strong. However, not just for yourself and your own self-interest. We want you to be strong so that you can be a contributor of that symbiotic relationship of the earth, okay? We want you to become successful and living with the earth in harmony and peace, and help guide those around you and on the earth to do so as well. With that all being said, I'm going to end just with a quick quote, okay? And this quote is something that my son once said at a very appropriate time, and it's a funny quote in that it comes from the famous Joe Dirt. And Joe Dirt basically said, "Life is a garden, dig it." Congratulations, good luck in the future. We'll see you soon.
Hello, 2020 graduates. You've probably had a lot of speeches today, so I'm going to change things up a little bit and ask you to use your imagination for a few minutes. First of all, I have a question for you. Have you ever thought about how the characters in The Wizard of Oz parallel your years at Park High School? Right now you're thinking, no. What? Take a moment and think back to your first day of high school 4 years ago, when as a freshman, you walked through the doors of Park High, and you stepped onto the yellow brick road. Okay, it's tile, and it's white and purple and yellow, but imagination, remember, we're using our imagination. Think about who the main characters are in The Wizard of Oz. The Scarecrow, who wanted a brain, the Cowardly Lion, who lacked courage, the Tin Man, who needed a heart, and Dorothy, who wanted nothing more than to find her way home. Well, let's start with the Scarecrow, who only wanted a brain. Some of you walked into Park High on that first day excited about the next 4 years, and you wondered how you would be challenged with your studies. Others of you, like the Cowardly Lion, were nervous and maybe even a little bit scared. Some of you came to school feeling like the Tin Man. In your heart, you were hoping that you would just find a friend or two in the crowd. And some of you, like Dorothy, wished you could just tap your heels together and magically go home. But really, think about what these past 4 years have meant to you in terms of the experiences that you've had at Park High School and where you are today. Your brains are full of everything that you've learned, both inside and out of the classroom. You were challenged and taught by the best teachers and coaches, and you found that you had the courage to do things that you did not know were possible. In your heart, you worked through high school relationships, reconnecting with old friends, making new ones, and maybe even getting your heart broken a time or two. So here you are, 4 years later. You're young adults now, and you're ready to begin the next chapter in your life. Whatever your future holds, my hope for each one of you is that you will help to make this world a better place because of who you are. Go into the world with curiosity, with courage, and with a kind and open heart. Congratulations to you, Park High, Class of 2020.
Good afternoon, Rangers. This has probably been the most memorable end to any school year that I've ever experienced in my 36 years of teaching. I'm sure that when you came through the doors of PHS the first day of your senior year, you did not expect things to end up this way. But you will be walking away with Ranger pride, perseverance, respect, integrity, diversity, and excellence. During the recent lockdown, I've had many opportunities to ponder upon Ranger pride from the health enhancement perspective and how it can be applied to daily life. All of you have been in the gym, and you know how it feels to exert yourself physically to get results. As I am leaving my teaching career, I would like to leave you today with a pride message that I like to use in my own daily life. Letter P, ironically, is not for pandemic, thank goodness, nor my peppy personality, although maybe it should be. Rather, P is for power. You have the power to accomplish great things. So dig deep, flex your muscles, and get things done. R is for resilience. The ability to recover readily from adversity. When you get knocked down to the ground by the circumstances of life, stand back up with your dukes up. No hitting. Don't let those circumstances determine your outcome. Fight back. I is for intensity. How hard you work at something, you know that to improve or get better, you need to put in extra effort. So go hard. D is for diligence. Doing something carefully and thoroughly. Take delight in the quality of the outcome of the things that you do. This can lead to some great opportunities for you. Lastly, E is for endurance. Endurance is exerting energy for a long period of time. Keep going and never, ever give up. So class of 2020 Park High Rangers, as you leave Park High School and go out into this crazy world, go with pride. Use your power.
Yes. Could you grab my back of my fingers there? You ready? Graduates of 2020, please have a seat. Okay. Good afternoon and welcome. We also want to welcome the uninvited guest, Livingston Wind. It is with pride and gratitude that we begin the 119th annual commencement ceremony for the graduating class of 2020 of Park High School. Under these unique circumstances, it has been an incredible journey working with multiple community members and parents, Park County Health Department, Livingston Healthcare, Community Health Partners, and our PHS staff to make this event possible. Thank you. Graduates, families of graduates, Dr. Vigut, Mr. Madden, the Livingston School District Board of Trustees, Dr. Scalia, members of the faculty, members of the community watching the live stream, we thank you for your partnership and your support. Graduates, you will be greatly missed. Through the hard times of COVID, the resiliency you practiced was actually no surprise. And you have gained much respect for sitting here today to receive your diploma after working through many obstacles that that was presented to you this year. This accomplishment, however, will prove to be a true badge of courage and honor as you step into adulthood. To launch our proceedings today, it is with great pleasure that I introduce to you the Superintendent of Livingston School District, Dr. Don Vigut.
Good afternoon and again welcome to the graduation ceremony for Park High School class of 2020. Again, my name Don Vigut, School Superintendent. The global COVID pandemic has caused a most interesting finish to our 2020 school year. Daily we witness the work of researchers and healthcare professionals as we face the unique convergence of both our personal safety while planning to safely reopen the essential service of public education. In arriving at today, we have so many people to thank for their thought leadership, flexibility, and adaptability during this unique time. Students, parents, educators, bus drivers, maintenance staff, food service staff, and members of the school board have each made necessary adjustments so that two things could continue. The wind is recognizable for Livingston. First, safety for the students, staff, and community. And second, that our transition to off-site learning could be successful. Please join me in giving a warm Livingston round of applause to all those deserving people. At this point, I turn the ceremony over to Dr. Scalia, Park High School co-principal.
This will be the cleanest microphone in the history of Livingston. Hang on, we're dealing with the wind. First, we have a couple of items of business. First, please, throughout the day, actually it's not throughout the day, it's not going to last that long, but throughout the ceremony, please don't leave your family square to come and take pictures. We have 2 professional photographers and those pictures will be provided for you for free. So thank you. Graduates, if those caps get too much for you to keep on your head right now because of the wind, it's okay. You can take them off and put them on later. Whatever you want to do, you're golden. Second, families, you're going to be dismissed after the recessional today, and so so we're going to ask you when you leave just to pick up your wooden stakes, pull those stakes out of the ground, leave them there, and then you'll be told how to leave. We were approved for this gathering by the county health department, and in case we have to do it again at another time, we want to do it well. Park High School has 3 teachers who are retiring this year as the class of 2020 graduates. These 3 teachers are the recipients of the 2020 Lighthouse Award and are honored for their contributions to Park High School and the Livingston School District. Nancy Curtis, choir teacher with 38 years in education. Ms. Curtis, would you? Nancy Haglin, health enhancement teacher with 36 years in education. Jamie Isley, industrial technology with 30 years. These 3 teachers have given their time, their expertise, and their hearts to the youth of our community. They will be sorely missed as teachers and as our colleagues. Class of 2020, you'll hear from these teachers when we meet in the gym after the ceremony. Parents and community, you'll be able to see and hear their addresses on Ranger Nation TV on YouTube. So please join me in thanking these fine teachers and fine human beings. The class of 2020 had 9 students who met the eligibility criteria for academic excellence, high honors. These students have the number 1 and the number 2 positions in class ranking, and they will address you today. Salutatorian Luke Appenberg is the son of Andreas and Tricia Appenberg. Luke will attend Cedarville University near Cincinnati, Ohio next year, where he will major in mechanical engineering. Please welcome Mr. Luke Appenberg.
Good afternoon, everyone. First off, I would like to thank everyone for being here to celebrate with us today, especially the health department for making this possible. No one imagined today to be like this, but such is life. My senior year did not start nor end in the ways that I had dreamed, and I had struggled long before COVID struck. However, through it all, I overcame the odds and grew as a person. To have had a year without struggle and strife would have been normal, but the trials that we overcome make our victories all the more sweet. As the class of 2020, we will always remember our second semester as a time when we were faced with something that no other class had faced. But the fact that we are standing here today shows that we have overcome, but we were not alone. By the help of those closest to us, we endure. Personally, I would like to thank my parents, because I would not be standing here before you today if it wasn't for them. So thank you, Mr. and Mrs. Appenberg. They say that life is what you make of it, and this past year we have made about perseverance. And so today, we look not back at what was taken from us, but forward into the future, where bigger and better things await. Thank you.
The first valedictorian you will hear from of the class of 2020 is the son of Patty and Shad Durgan. David will be attending Montana State University in Bozeman next fall. He plans to major in microbiology with a goal of a career as a medical doctor. Please welcome Mr. David Durgan.
Miss Scalia said that I could have 2 to 3 minutes to do this speech. But as Miss Dust knows well, I have been tardy 18 times in high school, so we will see how this goes. I am going to talk about the importance of kindness. We have learned it since we were born. We have learned to share, to not bite our siblings, and to treat others how you want to be treated. The truth is, kindness is important because it is something you can always control. When we leave here, some of us might not be as successful as we want to be. Life can be hard. It won't always be easy to handle all it can throw at us. We won't always be able to control everything in life, but we can always control the way that we treat others. A kind word and a smile goes a long ways. Saying hello to people in the halls can make you new friends. Talking to the lunch ladies every day has gotten me lots of extra chicken nuggets. Little things we don't always think about, like holding a door open, or asking someone how their day is going, or sending a text to check up on someone, or wishing people happy birthday, can have big impacts. Also, a huge thank you to the many people who have been kind enough to let me borrow pencils. Sorry if I didn't give them back. To the class of 2020, my hope for us is not that we are a class full of success, but a class full of kindness. I have gotten to know a good number of you, and in this class I have found some of the most genuinely kind people that I know. I hope that you continue to be compassionate towards others, friendly, and good listeners. I hope that we continue to smile and to be optimistic and polite. We do not need to feel pressure to do great things and to change the world. We only have to remember to be kind. Charles Dickens said, "No one is useless in this world who lightens the burdens of another." Caring about other people's burdens and being compassionate brings meaning. Kindness makes other people's lives easier too. Caring about others is the easiest way to help them. Being kind and compassionate brings meaning and value to our lives. It brings joy to us and to those who we have connections with. The habit of kindness is probably the simplest and the most important thing you can ever learn. And right now, the world needs kind and compassionate people more than it ever has. Now, if you want to demonstrate what you've learned about kindness, you could cheer and applaud loudly as I walk off the stage. And for the final time, Rangers, have a great academic day.
Nice job. Very good.
I love you, David Durgan. High five, ready?
The second valedictorian to address you today is Abigail Elise Cocott. Abby is the daughter of Veronica and Mike Cocott. She will be attending Rocky Mountain College in Billings next year. Abby plans to major in education with a goal of a career in teaching and coaching. Please welcome Ms. Abigail Cocott.
When I started to write my speech, I thought I should start out with a joke about coronavirus, but then I realized you'll have to wait 2 weeks to see if you got it. I really want to start by speaking on the behalf of the senior class today about how extremely thankful we are for our community, staff, and parents who all fought to give us graduates the ceremony we have worked so hard to achieve over the last 13 years of school. It means so much to us that we are able to gather together today and celebrate our accomplishments. Our class has a unique story to tell, one that we will be telling for years to come. And with that story comes a lesson about life. No matter what obstacle life throws at us, we can always overcome them. Your senior year is supposed to be unforgettable. Well, good job, guys. We did it. No other graduating class has experienced the same hardships as we have. So let's take a trip down memory lane, shall we? I'll start with our first day of high school, where most freshmen are faced with the intimidation of finding their new classes, figuring out how to open their combination lock, or whether or not they have the same lunch as their friends. For our freshman class, we were faced with the intimidation of the new vice principal, Miss Dust, aka the Dustbuster. At the time, we were convinced she was a former U.S. military drill sergeant. I think we all remember our hearts stopping when Miss Duss would abruptly stop speaking during assemblies to give the most frightening stare down to the poor soul who decided it would be a good idea to utter a single syllable while talking. What we didn't know then was what a great sense of humor and personality she truly has, and it would later become a bright spot in my day to pass her in the hallway and exchange sarcastic remarks with each other. There are so many memories from the past 4 years, but it might be best to just fast forward to our senior year and the crazy ride it's been. Going into our senior year, I think it's safe to say we were all excited to finally be the big dogs on campus. I remember how cool we thought we were going into high school, knowing we would graduate in the year 2020. It's just a really cool year, or so we thought. I never could have imagined that when I told someone I was a senior that I would receive the response of, "I'm sorry for your loss," or "That's too bad," instead of "Congratulations." From day one our senior year, we were hit by tragedy. We all suffered the loss of something very near and dear to us. It all began with 3 small but very powerful words: off and away. That's right, our precious electronic devices would be the first to be quarantined our senior year. Did you know there's a backside? Phones may be used. You guys never flipped it to the side? The remainder of our year can be summed up with one word: canceled. Varsity football season, canceled. Final day of the state basketball tournament, canceled. The D-Pod Boys World Tour, canceled. Spring sports, canceled. School, canceled. Prom, you guessed it, canceled. Senior skip day, can't really do that when nobody's going to school. The senior prank, currently living it, joke's on us. The comfort of knowing you have plenty of toilet paper on hand, canceled. Life as we knew it, canceled. So, as you can see, the so-called senior experience has been quite the experience. However, through it all, we have learned to adjust and persevere. These past few months have not gone as planned, and we know this won't be the last time we have to encounter difficulties. As we've proven this year, nothing worthwhile is easy, but with the support of everyone around us and maintaining an optimistic outlook, we can overcome it all. So make the most of your future. Don't give up. Keep pushing, because we know we can achieve our dreams and because we are worth it. Let us take the lessons from this year and believe in ourselves that we can reach our goals and fulfill our dreams. We've already taken the first step by making it to this ceremony today. Now it is the time to take the next step in our journey as we begin a new chapter and look to a bright future ahead. Congratulations, class of 2020. We did it.
Nice job, Abby. Nice job. Please join me in welcoming Senior Rob Wolf, who will perform an original song he has written for you, the class of 2020. And Rob, we'll see you in Nashville next year.
While Rob gets set up, take a look at this drone video we took of the setup today.
All right, got all situated. Okay. thinking about life, hoping it doesn't just fly on by. All the memories I've had, all the good times and the bad. Focus on who you are and who you wanna be. Enjoy every moment and be young and wild and free. Then put those together, you'll be surprised at what you see. And that's how you live life peacefully. Everybody gather around, forget all the stresses putting you down. Remember the reason that you're all here. Son, relax and have no fear. No fear. Focus on who you are and who you wanna be. Enjoy every moment and be young and wild and free. Then put those together, you'll be surprised at what you see. And that's how you live life peacefully. Oh, focus on who you are and who you wanna be. Enjoy every moment and be young and wild and free. To put those together, you'll be surprised at what you see. And that's how you live life peacefully. And that's how you live life peacefully. And that's how you live life peacefully. Thank you.
Thank you.
Seriously, Rob will be in Nashville next year. Our next valedictory address is from Leslie Gregory. Leslie is the daughter of Beth and John Gregory. She is planning to attend NYU in New York City next year, where she will major in fashion design and music with the goal of a career in sustainable fashion design. Please welcome Ms. Leslie Gregory.
At 10 years old, I tackled my first day in public school, wearing a huge winter coat, flip-flops, and a cheetah print hair clip. I walked into Miss Lovick's classroom for the first time a couple of weeks into the school year and in the middle of the day. Prior to that, I was homeschooled. I spent every day with 3 people, my mom, my dad, and my brother. In 5th grade, I learned to spend each day with 26 other kids. At first, I was overwhelmed. I felt like an outsider and didn't know how to express myself. I had to build friendships from scratch and struggled academically. I failed math that year. Eventually, I adjusted from the small homeschool environment to learning alongside students from many different backgrounds. I think it's safe to say that students at Park often disagree. Having all of these contrasting opinions in one place helped me figure out who I want to be and why. Looking back at the past 4 years, what stands out to me isn't a project that I spent a long time on or a test that I did poorly on. It's the people I spent time with and the relationships that I built. I'll forget all of the late hours spent studying, but I'll remember conversations with friends that went long into the night. The wins and losses during soccer have already begun to fade, but my team will always be a second family. Starting with my awkward first day in 5th grade, my time spent with all of you has shaped who I am. The connections and friendships I have made over the years are what I'm most grateful for, and I wish all of you the best.
Valedictorian Quinn Robnett is the son of Jamie Macbeth and Charles Robnett. Next fall, Quinn will attend Syracuse University in New York. He plans to major in sport analytics with a goal of a career in the sports industry. Please join me in welcoming Mr. Quinn Robnett.
Class of 2020, here we are, the moment we've all been waiting for. This moment is the culmination of 4 years, well, 3.5 years of hard work. Except none of us could have expected it to be taking place under these circumstances. I'm sure many of you pictured it playing out much differently. Walking into the gym as the band plays Pomp and Circumstance, your friends and family cheering as your face appears on the senior slideshow, hugging your fellow classmates after the ceremony. However, we aren't in the gym. Only limited family members are here, and I can't imagine that there will be any hugging after the ceremony. Everything was going great. We had just made it past finals and had begun the last and hopefully best semester of high school. That was until COVID came to town. We first heard about COVID in December when the outbreak began in China. We merely shrugged it off. Many of us thought it was a joke. In January, the virus began spreading abroad, but it had not yet reached the States, so life went on as normal. In February, COVID arrived in the U.S., but nowhere near Montana. In March, however, it did arrive here, and yet we still underestimated how it could affect our lives. Everything began to shut down, and slowly, we watched behind closed doors as our senior year went up in dust. State basketball, gone. Prom, gone. Spring sports, gone. BPA, Mr. PHS, band concerts, choir concerts, and the list goes on. COVID has taken a lot from us. As unfortunate as it is, however, we cannot let this be the defining moment of our time in high school. The fact of the matter is, these things are not coming back. So rather than dwelling over memories that we didn't make, we should instead be thankful for the ones that we did. All of us have made memories here. Some good, some bad, some in between. In 10, 20, even 40 years, when we look back at our time here, COVID is not what should come to mind. Instead, we should remember all the good times we had here. It's different for everyone. For some, it was playing on a team, the big games, the long bus rides, the hotel shenanigans. For others, it was participating in extracurriculars, doing projects, going to competitions, even traveling the world. For some, it was merely hanging out with friends in the halls or at lunch. When you look back, remember these moments. Don't let COVID get in the way of that. In reality, this outbreak is merely a blip in our lives. It surely seems as if it's lasted an eternity, but before long, everything will go back to normal and the rest of our lives await. Many of us are off to college or trade school. Some of us are entering the workforce. Many of us, others are taking a gap year to figure things out. Whatever the next step may be, there are brighter days ahead. When those days arrive, make the most of them. I may be a tad biased, but I truly believe that this class is one of the best to walk the halls of Park High. Every single one of us can do great things. Now, I'm not saying that one of us is going to cure cancer or end climate change, but we can make a difference in this world. Big or small, next week or in 30 years, we can make a difference. COVID can take away our senior year, but it can't take away our motivation, our determination, or our spirit. As long as we have those, we can do anything we set our mind to. Congratulations, class of 2020. I wish you all the best of luck.
Our next two valedictorians have a little surprise for you. Madison Montoya is the daughter of Michelle Slagle and Clark Rabel. Madison will be attending Montana State University in Bozeman next year. She will major in engineering with a goal of making more money than anybody else here. Sylvie Shonen is the daughter of Pam and Jeff Shonen. Sylvie will be attending Arizona Christian University in Glendale, Arizona next year. She plans to major in biology pre-med and has a goal of a career in the medical field. Please welcome Ms. Madison Montoya and Ms. Sylvie Shonen.
I'm sure all of you are overhearing speeches at this point and want to move on.
Lucky for you, neither of us like public speaking. Instead, we made a video for you guys to remind you we're all in this together.
Except you can't see it right now because there isn't a screen out here.
So, after graduation, please go watch it. It can be found on the school's website with the link to the live stream.
Thank you.
Our next valedictorian is the daughter of Vuko and Kelly Voyich. Milena Voyich will be attending Montana State University in Bozeman next year. She plans to major in microbiology with a goal of a doctorate in the medical profession. Please join me in welcoming Miss Milena Voyich.
I would like to begin by acknowledging those who provided endless guidance, support, and laughter over the past 4 years. Mom, Dad, Natalia, Bubba, and Jetto, I cannot express how grateful I am. You created a world full of love and opportunity for me. And to my friends, especially Madison, thank you. To the Park High Science Department, thank you for inspiring me and so many others to pursue careers in STEM and for being passionate and caring every step of the way. Mr. Bausch, Miss Svid, and Miss Pawalish, you have the most knowledge in the school and you deserve more credit. From the bottom of my heart, I could have not done it without any of you. If you are anything like me, you've spent some time complaining. Whether it's about the amount of homework you have or because your mom chewed you out for not cleaning the dishes, we've all felt like we've been given the short end of the stick. Our instant reaction to inconvenience is total self-pity. In an attempt to dull the feeling of existential crisis, we reminded ourselves graduation was one step closer. We were all promised all of our hard work would be rewarded when we became seniors. But, as we all know now, that's not really how it turned out. It's easy to feel like we were robbed of our rite of passage, as if our hard work was for absolutely nothing. We all have 4 years of memories, moments, and changes, and these past months do not change that. Sometimes we are forced to seek the little silver linings, to ask ourselves whether or not something is as bad as it seems, or if we even have anything to complain about. Live every day as if you won't be able to leave the house tomorrow. Hug the people you love because you don't know if you'll be able to in a week. Don't view life as a chore or as meaningless. Go out there and do what makes you happy. Do what makes you proud and passionate. Life is too short and too unpredictable to sit around and wait for something better to happen. If you want change, create that change. But at the end of the day, never forget about the things you had, the place you came from, or the people who love you.
The last valedictorian to address you from the class of 2020 is Hannah Jo Harshbarger. Hannah is the daughter of Tammy and Jeff Harshbarger. She will be attending Montana State University in Bozeman next fall. Hannah plans to major in microbiology with the goal of entering the medical field. Please welcome Miss Hannah Harshbarger.
Class of 2020, we have survived not one, but two pandemics to be here today. Coronavirus and senioritis. We've been through a lot together over the years, forgetting about Bausch words until the day they're due, having a pop quiz in Mr. Gannon's class and realizing you haven't been paying attention this week, and the ever-feared Miss Wallish essay. They told us 2020 would be a year to remember, and boy were they right about that. While we may have missed out on some time together, I want to thank all of my classmates. You have helped me push myself further than I ever thought I could go. I want to thank my amazing family for their support and those teachers that taught me the life lessons I will cherish for years to come. Thank you to all of my various partners in crime throughout the years. You know who you are. And a big thank you for everyone for coming today, because I'm just here to establish an alibi. While I have a captive audience, I want to encourage all of you to ask for help when you need it, especially during these hard times. If I have learned anything in these 4 years, it's that the mitochondria is the powerhouse of the cell, and no one accomplishes anything alone. Part of us will always be found here at Park High, memories, friendships, tears, etc. And as we go our separate ways, I encourage you to live a life you are proud of. In the words of Nelson Mandela, may your choices reflect your hopes, not your fears. My time at Park High can be summed up by the 6 words, well, that didn't go as planned, but I wouldn't trade it for the world. Life is made up of little moments like this, and I wish you all adventure and happiness in yours. It's always strange when you reach a moment of transition in your life, because you will never again quite be the person you are today. Despite the internet's best efforts, there is still mystery left in the world. Travel, question, discover, never accept the easy answer, and you may just find yourself in the process. I want to leave you today with a quote from Dr. Seuss that I found while scrolling through Pinterest. Life is too short to wake up in the morning with regrets. So love the people who treat you right, forgive the ones who don't, and believe that everything happens for a reason. If you get the chance, take it. If it changes your life, let it. Nobody said it would be easy. They just promised it would be worth it. And you know, class of 2020, if no one comes from the future to stop you, how bad of a decision can it really be? Thank you.
Nice job. Our oldest graduates, teachers Nancy Curtis, Nancy Haglin, and Jamie Isley, will assist in the presentation of diplomas today. Would you please come forward? Well, not too close, but Superintendent Figut, Livingston School Board Chair, Mr. Madden, it gives me great pleasure to inform you that the seniors before you have met the requirements set forth by the Board of Education of the state of Montana and are ready to come forward to receive their diplomas. Luke Josiah Appenberg. Madison Marie Bartz. Nicholas Matthias Batrick. Emma Joy Beidel. Bailey Jolynn Bergsing. Briley Grace By. Cody Joe Booth. Sydney May Booth. Matthew Lee Irwin Brownlee. Malia Ann Coleman. Lydia Arison Colmy. Olaya Noel Inez Connolly. Shane Michael Cornell. Tiana Marie Cortez. David Durgan. Oh, did I read that too soon? Okay. David England. Summer Leanne Irvin. Annika Marie Estes. Casey Curtis Flatiger. Rylea Floyd. Reagan Danielle France. Jolene Lynn Frost. Jonathan T. Gochi. Haley Nicole Gilliam. That was my foot. Darian Gilman. Raya Janae Grand Prix. Jeffrey Andrew Greer. Leslie Gregory. Madeline K. Hall. Mackenzie Halstad.
Hannah Harshbarger. Israel Hinojosa. Shania Ann Marie Johnson. Brendan Joseph Johnson. Spencer Patrick Carley. Eden Kirk. Jake Morris Kierkegaard. Abigail Kokot. Elijah Joseph Landclose. Andrew Gordon Lander. Anthony Lander. Thomas Jackson Lane. Bobby Lima. Megan Lucas. Ciara Madden. Adam Christopher Matthias.
I asked Miss Curtis if I could announce this one. Bjorn Verven Matson.
Sage Hunter McMinn. Adeline Moline. Is this Madison Montoya? Madison Louise Montoya. Arden Mackenzie Moore. Genevieve Morrison. Timothy Newhouse. Christopher Michael Orr. Summer Peace. Erin Sophie Peterson. Chase Reed Petrulis. Isabel Petrie.
Marshall Alvin Pierce. Megan Lee Pincon. Brianna Pittman. Catherine Joyce Reed. Dustin George Rigler. Katie Ann Robbins. Sophia Frances Robertson. Quinn Rodnett. Aiden Shea Rogie. Rainey Ryan. Augustus R. Shoeline. Up. Yeah, that it wasn't. I wasn't paying it. It wasn't in that order though. Yeah. Scarlett Renee Saley. Sylvie Elizabeth Shonen. Haley Schammel. Angel Sherdall. Lainey Nicole Smith. George H. Sullivan. Scott Tatum. Azalea May Vance. Paige Victoria Volk. Milena Tatiana Voyich. Alexander Randall Watson. Riley J. Taylor Ann Watts. Robert Allen Wolf. Charles Hayden Yeager.
Would the president of the class of 2020, Brianna Pittman, please come forward for the turning of the tassel?
Oh, she's got to say something.
Hey, Lynn, should we have everybody here stand up behind
We told them all to rise right now. Please rise. The turning of the tassel from right to left signifies the exact moment we have graduated. Wait for my signal after Dr. Scalia's announcement. Then join me and the senior class members of band for the fight song.
And finally, on behalf of the Livingston School District Board of Trustees and the Board of Education of the state of Montana, it gives me great joy and pride to pronounce you graduates of Park High School. Ladies and gentlemen, we present to you the Park High class of 2020. Ask the members of the audience to join us also.
Members of the audience, if you know the fight song, you need to sing along as well. The words are on the back of the program. Rangers, show the world your fame. Shout your praise to alma mater. We will win this game. So fight with all your might and honor for your colors true. For the purple and the gold team, and we all will fight for you. A R K A N G E R S. So fight with all your might and honor for your colors true. For the purple and the gold team, and we all will fight for you. Rah, rah. Hoops team, Parks team, rah, rah, rah.
At this time, graduates only. Graduates only, if you would exit over here with the gate that we should have come into. And then we're going to walk over to the gymnasium. Dr. Scalia will be headed that way as well. Everyone else, if you could please just hang tight for a second. Once our graduates have left the field, if you would please exit the entrance you came in and please practice social distancing. Thank you very much. We appreciate it, and have a great rest of your day.